Well, good afternoon and welcome to Clarity Social TV. If you were watching us this morning, Paul and I were having a bit of a to and fro about who was actually going to be with me this afternoon after we were disagreeing with each other. So I'd like to welcome now onto screen.
Hello. Good afternoon. Poor Deb. I said to her, literally, we had like a minute to go. I said, you know, we was having that banter this morning about who was going to join you. Was it going to be Jazz, Jilly, Jim, Louise, sort of thing? I said, so what we'll do is we'll start off with, and there was a look of horror on her face.
I thought he was going to leave me to present the show on my own.
And I said, don't worry, that will never happen.
It wouldn't have been Paul under the desk, it would have been me. Let's just be clear. Flat out.
So I can see we've got many frames. I'm going to move that mouse out of the way, otherwise it's going to end it. Welcome.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Introduce myself properly, which I didn't do. I'm Deborah. Did I? I know I said welcome to Clarity Social TV. It's too much.
I was trying not to giggle. Welcome. We've got another hour. It will be an hour because lovely Deborah has got to literally fly out the door at 3 o'clock. You're on babysitting.
I'm putting the grandson to bed tonight. My son and his partner have got an appointment and they've got to be out the house by 6. So I've got to get through the Dartford Tunnel on a Friday night.
Better go now.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So lovely Jilly is in the room. She said the sound is good. So if you've got any questions, she's there to help you. She'll put the link up to our show page where everything that Deborah has been using, or in the 10 o'clock show and this afternoon show, bundles available individually, special offers. Now, before we go any further, we had this really silly special offer. It was, once it was gone, it was gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
And it was to do with the original size entwined reef stamp collection. There was 3 options available. You could have had spring, autumn and winter. Well, I checked just beforehand and spring has sprung. So there's no more spring left. But there's a little bit of autumn and winter.
Okay.
So I would say it was $3.99 if you're a Diamond Club member.
Yeah. Even if you're not, the prices
it was $4.99 if you're not. So or thereabouts, wasn't it? Yeah, $4.69. So check that show page and you'll see that there's some stuff on there with really silly prices. So I think what we'll do first is we'll have a look at what Deb's going to be sharing with us this afternoon. So I'm going to bring some details up on the screen for you. So in a way, sort of January has been a little bit about frames and sentiments, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
We had those lovely Art Deco frames that Barb had on Hobby Maker the other week.
Yes.
Clever corners.
Yeah, they're great. Frames. I love those.
And the product of the month.
Yeah, those fabulous Art Deco sentiments and the stencil embedder.
Yeah,
that go with them as well.
So I'm going to bring up details of the collection that Deborah is going to be looking at. Where's it gone on my list? It's the second one.
It's there somewhere.
I know. So you can see here, the item number on the screen is 11660. This is Barbara's SHAC Framers A5 square stamp collection. So it's 4 beautiful A5 square stamp sets, all illustrated in the SHAC, the same as the entwined reefs were that we were looking at earlier. Normally £63. You have a £12.60 saving, which is 20% off.
Yep.
And bringing that price down to £50.40. Now, underneath, you'll see if you belong to any of our clubs, if you belong to one, you'll get 10% off, 2, 12.5, 3, 15%. So if you belong to all 3, that brings the price down to £42.84, saving £20.16. So it really is. And when you see what's in this set, maybe it's the first time you've seen it on our social TV. So if I bring the boards in first, we can have a look at the 4 different stamp sets. Okay, so let's go to the overhead. We'll come in a little bit closer.
Okay.
There we go. So the collection 11660. If you'd like it individually, the item number for that is 11662. So this is your ouch. This one. You didn't have to kick me down.
I did not. Can I just say, colleagues, that Paul banged his knee on the on the table.
On the table.
I did not kick him yet.
So this is your snowdrop frame, April showers.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And,
and these are, although they're not explicitly described as seasonal, they are really.
Yeah.
You know, it's not in the title. So yeah, snowdrops and tulips on this lovely frame. I'm going to play with this in the first demo and just show you the different things you can do with this frame, because they're quite flexible, so you don't have to have it in that open oval.
No.
I mean, obviously difficult to make it into a square, but you can move that. But then you've got all of these accent worker stamps as well, as to whether you're going to leave the frame as it is or fill it in. We looked at filling in a frame this morning with the entwined wreaths, but I'll do a bit of
on here you've also got the infills.
Oh, that's right.
Flowers,
I was looking at those last night. Yes, so these extra flowers have matching infills, and actually on the stamp set they're numbered, which Clarity are great at doing.
Let's take one out. You got your
I've got mine here.
There we go.
If you can see that one.
Quite a bit of paper.
Might need to zoom in.
Zoom in.
Here we go. You can just see. There we go.
The numbers on
the
them.
numbers are on there. 6 and 6.
Yeah.
So snowdrop and the infill for the snowdrop. 7 and 7 for that little one. 5 for this tulip and the bigger tulip here. So it's easy to match them. You don't have to spend ages. You just take off the 2 you need. So yeah, that's always so helpful when they're done like. Stamp pens are great. Stamp pens are great for that. Yeah.
Okay. So that is your April showers.
Yeah.
With the lovely snowdrops and tulips. Then we go, for me, this has got that lovely sort of summer feel.
Roses. I think this is lovely for wedding cards. Like you can make a frame, you know, an arch way.
Place settings, table settings.
Yeah. But these lovely little
and then that's what
designs.
the packaging looks like. So you've got some inspiration there color-wise.
Yep.
So the item number for that on its own is 11661. Then we move on to the next one. Has that lovely autumnal.
This one is autumn, but because all these sentiment stamps are separate from the frames, you know, you don't have to use it.
No.
For autumn, this is a lovely leafy one. I mean, it's here in autumn colours, but do it in greens, etc. You could make a spring frame out of that.
Absolutely.
It's just really nice. I think these rectangle frames are so good and helpful.
It's nice to have the sort of the large and the smaller one.
That's what's nice about all of them. This one, the Roses one as well, has got the large and the small, and actually you can overpiece this one onto that frame as well.
So if you've gone for the collection, you could take this corner and use it with that one, couldn't you?
You could, yes. Yep, they'll mix and match.
Because that one's got it attached from the outside.
Yeah, you could always put a double frame in there as well.
So
much potential.
Is 11663 if you would like that one individually. And then finally we have the Peace on Earth.
This is lovely. I love these robins. They are so cute. I blogged a card with this yesterday, so it's over on Clarity Worldwide, or you can find it on my blog, deborahscraftyblog.com. I can't remember what it was called for a minute.
You only post on it every day.
I know. Shocking. But yeah, it's lovely. And actually, I think this one is an infill as well for that. And then add you the little, aspects around it, pattern it in.
Because you've then got the holly at the top as well.
Yep. Yeah, because that infills to here. Come down a bit. This infills to there.
Yeah.
Stars there that infill into the large and small stars. Yes, they're numbered.
So they're all numbered. I'll come in closer.
So you can just see there's a number 3 there and a number 3 here. So you know that one fits into that one. You don't have to use them together. You can use them on their own. This would make a great background stamp. For scattering in a sky.
Yes.
You know, in some white.
Nice and soft.
Soft. Yeah. So having them numbered, I think, is brilliant. It just makes them so easy to use, and you're not trying to figure out what goes where.
And it's lovely because you can see there, and it's got and goodwill to all. So you can use the Peace on Earth, and then you've got that lovely sentiment in there as well. Yeah,
and if you only wanted part of the frame, it would be easy just to pop masking tape across your stamp here. So you could stamp just that part. Likewise, this end here, if you just wanted that sprig.
Yeah.
So there's so much. When you look at these, they're not. You're not bound by the frame.
No.
That is there as it's it's made, as it were.
Absolutely. So if we have a look at a little bit of artwork, so this one is Andy Duggan.
Yep. So this is the spring, the snowdrops and tulips set. I love this. Andy's torn designer paper to make the hill.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It's clever, isn't it? That's so effective across the bottom corner.
This one here from Linda Spencer.
That's lovely. I'm sure that's a craft club stamp from a couple of years ago, I think. The snowdrops, which are lovely. I don't know if that's available on the back issues on the website, because there are some of the back issues available.
There are indeed, yeah.
But it goes beautifully with that frame if you have it already.
This one from Debbie McMullen, how she's used that little corner.
Just the 2 little corners and then a little stamp with it, and then framed it.
With those lovely dies.
Yeah, but you don't need a lot to make a really nice one.
This one here from Tina Morris.
Tina's used both frames on this. I love the blue and white on the craft.
It always looks so elegant, doesn't it?
Yeah, really nice, just soft.
Then you can go all grungy. I don't know why I looked on the back. This one is all grungy from lovely Sam Crow. I like what she's done. It's like what do they've got a particular name? Those Jardinier, is it a Jardinier?
Jardinier.
Yeah, something like that. Jardinier.
Yeah.
Gardener, but with a J.
A stand.
A stand.
Yeah, and she's just masked off the end of the frame.
It's there, isn't it?
The corner of the frame. Yeah, to make a flower arrangement.
I like that a lot.
Great, clever idea. I think that's Sonia.
Sonia, yeah, Sonia Goodliff.
So this is with the autumn one, layering the 2 frames inside each other. That's just so nice on an inky background. That's just really lovely.
And then this one here.
I know who did this one.
I didn't even look on the back. Deborah Wheeler.
Actually, I demoed these on Create and Craft. And that's one I demoed there.
With the wee folk.
But like we were doing this morning, you can use these 2 and then make a little scene inside.
And that's using those masks that we were using earlier.
No, that's the regular clouds mask, because it's a bigger area. That's the original clouds mask, and then some wee folk.
And this, I love this.
Isn't that lovely?
This is Linda Spencer, I think it is. Yeah,
it is.
Linda Spencer. So she's used Barb's Bijou Floral Alphabet.
Yes.
That looked wonderful. And that's Linda's.
That's the gardening.
It is.
Hobbies from the Hobbies set. I think. Yeah. Is it
possibly
from the Hobbies gardening set?
I'll have a look on the back in a minute.
I think so. Well, let's have a look. Linda Williams in the garden set. Yeah.
Nice. And
lovely.
Then we go Christmas. I didn't look on that one.
Look at this. Isn't that? I think that's D. It is.
Yeah.
That is so lovely. It looks so different in those colours. And what Dee's done is half coloured each of split the holly into 2 colours.
And that's one of those lovely Barb's grungy.
One of the lino cut backgrounds. Yeah. They work in lots of different ways. You know, the danger is you look at the packaging and think, oh, that's what I've got to do.
Yeah, another one from D.
Uses the frame as it is, but on an inky background.
That's one of the rectangle backdrops.
It is.
Because you've got that in a
Yeah, you can see that guttering, that line in a frame. Yeah.
I know, it's like,
I
think it's the colours, isn't it? Sheila Metzeler.
Just so beautiful. Look, she's used 2 shades of blue.
Yeah.
That's all. And repeat stamped the end of the frame. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And on stamp boards as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then a little robin who's also in blue to fit in. So effective, so much impact.
And then this one from Jane Telford. So you can see how that's now been extended, can't you?
To follow the curve of the heart. And yes, you can see it on screen. The heart, so she's
kiss stamped
to lift the ink off before she stamped it down.
Yeah.
That's lovely. And then a little panel here with the a border using the single holly stamp.
Of course, yes. Yeah. And then one more. Cool. This one is from Sheila Metzler.
Yeah, I love this as well. So just showing, so she's looped the frame together twice.
Yeah.
To form that oval. Is that nice?
Really beautiful. So there's some artwork, hopefully to inspire you. Then, right, how are we doing for time? Right, I reckon we'll go.
Shall I demo that? And then as I'm swapping over, you can look at a bit of artwork for the dies that we'll do second.
So we've got our demo download, which you will find in our Catch Up and Craft area on the website. And when we talk about our download. So this is a card that Deborah is going to share with us. It's got the time and the day of the show at the top, what the project is called, what was made, and then underneath you've got a list of ingredients that Deborah's used to complete this project. And these are all available in that section, which you can download, keep on your computer, you can print off. And then if you decide that you go for this and you think, oh, I need to remember what else Deborah used, then obviously you've got all the details here that you can go back and have a look at, and then you can watch the video back at your convenience.
Indeed.
Right.
Okay. So
I'm going to keep that because
I'm going to give you that. Or I am if I can get it off the desk. Right.
So
okay.
Right.
Okay. Going to start with one of my favourite techniques.
Yeah.
Now.
What would that be? Oh, surely not an embedder.
But I didn't use an embedder this morning.
You didn't, I know.
And people might think something's wrong. So I thought I'd better. Joe willing. Okay, I've got a piece of 4.5-inch square card, which is just cut down from the 6 by 4.5 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes a good size topper for a 5 by 5 blank.
Okay, let's zoom in on that.
Don't
so we
need
can
a,
have a look at
and
that.
you don't need a mount.
You can really see that embedded.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to tell you, I spotted this one on the website, and I love that we put the design team things with the product on the website, because you can scroll through and get some inspiration.
Definitely.
And I spotted this one, didn't know who'd made it at the time.
No.
And thought, well, I really like the idea of adding in the extra flowers around the frame.
Yeah.
Because they stop kind of here and here, don't they?
Right. Okay.
Where's the? Here we go. Look, here's the. Yeah. So look, there's no flowers around here, and there's none around here. Okay.
Yes.
But I really like the way, shout out to Jane Telford, she'd added them in to actually fill the frame.
I wouldn't have realised that until you pointed that out. I thought that's what the stamp was like.
No, no, no.
And especially because you've done the same.
Because I've done the same. Yeah.
Nice.
So I just really liked this idea. But there's something else. Can you spot the other key difference on it?
One's pink, one's yellow.
Yeah, well, apart from that.
One's got a dotty background, the other one hasn't.
True. Carry on.
The embedders.
True, carry on.
What am I missing now?
Well, look at the shape of the frame.
Oh, yes. So Jane's is more sort of a complete oval.
Yeah, so she's moved it and brought it in to the oval. Have you got the board, you know, the picture of the frame?
There we go.
Thank you. Right, so this is how it comes, that shape.
Yes.
Right. If you look at Jane's, she's brought this round.
Closed the gap.
To me, closed it up.
Made it smaller.
And I've gone even further and kind of
curled it in.
That's a good one. Curled it in.
Nice.
But starting from this.
I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, I need to get better glasses. I'm not even wearing them. What else am I missing?
Right. Okay. Let's start. I'm going to start with an embedder.
Yeah. So this is the oval and round embedders, item number 31324. Some of our wonderful low tack tape.
Yeah.
That Deborah absolutely
I had to buy some more. I discovered I got some out of the cupboard, and it was my last roll of low tack tape. I mean, I had to go and have a lie down.
I bet. But you do reuse it again and again.
I do.
So
I do.
When did you buy that last roll? 2 years ago?
It's gone a bit yellow. My last roll, which I didn't bring here because I thought I can't show that one on screen. Yeah, I dread to think how old it is. Okay, so same principle as using the square ones. Line it up where you want it on the front of your card.
Okay.
Flip your card over with a piece of copy paper behind, because you're going to turn your copy paper, not this card, then you won't dislodge the embedder.
Yeah.
Over it with a oh, sorry. What's this?
Tumble dry sheet.
That's the one. Okay, and I like to use the base of a Perga tool.
Yeah.
They're all the same because they've got this lovely angle and they're easy to hold. The oval embedders are a bit more tricky than the square ones because you're not just going up and down your edges. So I tend to work upwards on this.
Okay.
So I'm pushing against the embedder, pushing away from me. Starting out at the edge here.
Yeah.
I'm going to push in till I butt against my embedder, and then I'm just going to go up a bit. Okay, so I do it in smaller steps with this.
There we go. We're on the third camera now.
And I just do, whereas I go straight up and down the side with a square one, with this, because of the shape and you don't want to reach too far, I find it easier just to do it in small pieces. It's very squeaky.
That's my legs. Need some oil.
Maybe I didn't rub it enough with the tumble dryer sheet.
You could try rubbing the end of your tool.
Okay.
It may help, it may not, I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes when you like perforating, if you... No.
Okay. But there, I've got the outline of my embedder, but just working slowly round.
Yeah.
So it's worth doing it in little stages, I find. Same with the circle one as well, because of the curve, so that you follow the curve.
Carried away and
and then you wind up over here and you can't come round.
Yes.
And then when I'm number 2 groovy tool, just the small ball tool, but then when I'm coming round, I do come down this time.
I suppose because you now know where it is.
Yeah, I know where I am, and I can get more pressure on it. And the trick with this is to flick off at the end and then start above where you came off.
Right, okay. Similar to what you would do with groovy. If you was trying to extend a frame or something, you flick off.
Yeah.
So that when you then move it around to extend a frame.
And then you don't get a bobble
in it. Yeah, that was something that Barb came up with.
And there we go. An oval frame.
So I'm going to hold that up. So let's see if we can get it. There we go. You can see how you got that lovely. So you've done it on the front, which then pushes it backwards. But
you could have it as a...
You could have it that, but you'd have to be very careful on that because it's not as clean on that razor. So that's where like the nested embedders really come into play on that. There we go.
Okay, now I'm going to pop my stamp in. Okay, so there's a bit of a knack to this.
Okay.
Because I want to leave room. There's no point centering this because I want to leave room to get flowers added here, but they're already all added there. Okay. So I don't need room up the top. No. Does that make sense?
It does.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to line it up without bending it round further, but making sure that these flowers are up round the top, okay?
Yeah.
And then I've got a 5x5 mount, which is just bigger than my card, gives me plenty of room to play with. Okay, and I'm going to pick it up there, right?
Right.
Now I'm going to start to bend the stamping. So you just lift it off and then you can start to bend it round. It's worth taking a bit of time with this to get it where you want it. And let's pull this one down. See, look, it goes really easily. You can stretch it.
The quality of the stamp. I mean,
and then as soon as you take it off, it just pings back to its original shape.
There's no stretching of the design, is there?
Okay, so let's go back there. So I haven't inked it yet.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. It's in a bit far that side.
A suggestion, possibly.
Yes.
Because it's an oval.
Yes.
If you were to lay that flat.
Oh, that's a bit clever, isn't it?
And use that as like your template.
Good thinking.
Would that work?
Yeah. Well, I expect we'll find out in a minute, won't we? Yeah.
Because it is.
You're right.
An oval. If it was a weird shape, then I don't know what sort of shape, but yeah.
Okay. Do you know, I never thought of that. Anyway, there we are.
That's what I was saying, like the design team, sort of different ideas and things like that. I could just see it where, potentially you could spend a couple of minutes trying to do it.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's really good. Thank you, Paul. So now I've got space here.
For your extra
and
flowers.
Here for my extra flowers, and it's up against the edge there.
Yes.
So actually, when I add my flowers, it will look more balanced.
Yes.
It'll look really odd to start with, but then you'll balance it out as you add your flowers.
So this is another one where it's not over till it's over.
Exactly. Ink pad always helps.
Especially if you're using a stamp.
Yeah, funny that. Call me old-fashioned. Okay, I'm going to check it, which is partly checking my ink pad and partly checking for pressure.
Yeah.
How hard do I want to press? Are there bits I need to press on a bit more than others? Yeah, look, I missed this bit down here. So that's okay. I know that I just need to catch that.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of...
Got a bit of fluff.
Something on it. It's probably a cat hair.
I think it was off the ink pad.
I think it was off the ink pad.
Yeah, they have the fibres like the fraying at the edges sometimes.
Okay, right, let's go. Deep breath.
This one's just your test.
Yeah. Okay, and then you can eyeball your mount against the edges of your card. You're not trying to hover over and position your stamp.
Yeah.
Because you know it's in the right place now. Right, it was down here. It didn't come out very well, wasn't it? Yeah, I missed a bit down there. So let's do that. Pray to the gods of crafting. Bingo.
Nice. I love that.
Okay, but you can see it looks a bit odd.
Yeah.
What I do need is stamp pens, Paul. If you
Stamp pens, of course.
I could, please. Thank you kindly.
We have some in our stamp pen holder.
Good to know that I got on and prepped properly over lunch, isn't it?
There's always one thing though, isn't there?
Always.
When Des came this morning, I said, have you worked out what you've forgotten yet? And she said, no, don't know yet. There we go.
No, I've got them. They're just in my bag.
Oh.
I haven't got them out.
Got them out. That's all right. We're a Clarity Crafts. We've got the stamp pens.
Exactly. Okay. Love these. So does my 1-year-old grandson. I bet Dave never thought when he was making these that he'd produce something to keep small children amused.
Hold your head back a little bit. Dave.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
So yeah, I've got them on the paper and then I'm hovering over. I'm picking it up with the stamp pen because what you want is the what's this called?
The centre.
Yes, over the centre of your stamp.
Yeah.
So that you get even pressure on it.
Yeah.
And the other thing you have to be careful of, is it's easy with these or with a stamp mount. You can get a different amount of pressure than with the mega mounts.
Yes.
And so it can come out looking heavier and blacker if you're not careful.
Yeah, because it's like a pen. You can apply, like if you're writing, isn't it? Or if you're using a pencil, like you were with colouring. If you go on heavier, it's darker with the pencils, isn't it?
The other thing I did was a little bit of masking tape.
Okay.
Okay, because some of these are longer and you want to embed them against this bit of the frame.
Yeah.
If I sit a bit of masking tape against it, let me do this one and show you.
Okay. I'm
just picking up the corner of the frame. Do you see?
Yeah.
So it's not about masking the whole thing. You can just work around doing this. Let me take this little swirly snowdrop that would otherwise the curly bit on the end of it would come across the frame.
Yeah.
So now I've just masked the very edge of the frame and I'm just going to plant that there. A little bit of a wiggle to make sure it's down right.
Nice.
So it's stamped over the masking tape, but when I take that off, it's stamped
attached
on
to the frame.
And all you need is a tiny bit of masking tape.
Because we know what Deborah's like with her masking tape.
Rude.
That's a great idea. Because say when I looked at
I don't even know what stamps I've got on what now, right? Yeah.
When I looked at your piece against what Jane had done, I couldn't, apart from the obvious things that really jumped out, I thought that's how the stamp was. I hadn't realised at that point that that wasn't how the stamp was, that you'd added in those extra flowers. Oh,
the frame, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to be able to do this because you've got more options then. The nice thing about stamp pens is you can twizzle them very easily just to get the angle you want.
Yeah. See, now nobody's not going to know that that isn't how the stamp was designed, are they?
Exactly. And you can fill it in as much or as little as you want.
Yeah.
If you just want to fill it with all snowdrops, you can do that. Admittedly, there are a few tulips in there, but pop that
Snowdrops
on
are
there.
so popular though,
I know, and it's this time of, it's the right time of year for them, isn't it? Which is why they're just all starting to come into flower.
Well, I mean, the way the weather is at the moment.
Well, true.
We could have them in August.
Right, where am I going now? Right, let's come down here. So I'm coming down the bottom end of the frame. I'm just going to stick a few more in. Let's put a tulip there. I'm following my design here, so I'm working out what flowers I put where, going round.
Would it help if I put the tool holder?
Oh yeah, and then let's use it for its intended purpose.
Tool holder there,
and then I can see which I've got.
If I just bring that on, so you can then see.
Yeah.
Rather than, because you've got them laying on the counter.
No.
Then you can sort of see which ones you want to go to. There we go.
Good thinking, thank you. Okay, you can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, where am I going next? Snowdrop. It's quite therapeutic doing this, actually.
Yeah. I mean, just watching it as well.
On that.
I'm sure our friends at home are really enjoying this. Of course, you can go on the inside to fill that as well.
You can go on the inside as well.
Yeah. There we go.
Let's go back around the outside, put the little one in.
So not only can you swizzle your pen, you can swizzle your card as well.
Yeah.
Look at it from different directions.
Yeah, work out where you want to go. A little tulip next. It's quite fun adding all the different stamps. I'm going to treat myself to a clean edge of low tack tape.
The low tack tape, yeah. But yeah, that's definitely something to be aware of, isn't it? Because it will get congealed.
Yeah.
And because it is the low tack tape, it will stay a little bit moist. And you don't want to sort of get your fingers in there and then...
That's not such a good stamped image, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to colour it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's
and you could always use a micron pen, couldn't you?
You could.
But at the end of the day, it's a flower.
Yeah.
So who's to say that it's meant to have all its petals?
Exactly. Might be half dead one. Sorry. Sorry.
I was saying me that said things.
I should just keep those thoughts in my head, shouldn't I? Rather than say them out loud.
I was going to say, you're not at home, you're on Clarity Social TV.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the stamp pens, there's a set of 4, item number 31749. They are available individually, and there's also larger collections as well.
Just see if I can fit another snowdrop in there. Of course, you can't ever completely replicate it because your frame stamp will be no, I'm going to need the smaller one.
In a different position.
It's slightly different. It won't be exactly the same. That's what I'm trying to say.
Unless you're doing it batchmaking where you're stamping out 10 or 20.
True.
But yeah, as one-off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I did was just coming down here, I just added another tulip. Oh, sorry. Helps if it's on screen, doesn't it? I just popped another tulip in there because if you look at this one, it just looks like there's a bit of a gap.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So that's all right. We'll have a tulip coming out of the snowdrops. I'll just bring it out the end of that one. That's the lovely thing about the stamp pens. You can get really accurate with where you're going. There we go.
And I suppose because you've got different foliage and flowers, if you've gone for the complete collection, you couldn't you, take some of the other foliage if you wanted to from some of the other sets or other swirls or flourishes?
Yeah, and add them on as well if you wanted to.
Because they've all been illustrated by Barb, it's by that same hand, isn't it?
Sure, sure. So that's it really for the stamping.
Yeah.
That's done. And then, so I then went to the polychromos and coloured them in. So I'll just finish colouring
I think that's fine. That's lovely. What colours have you used there?
Oh, look, and that one's not stamped up. I was going to stamp that one up fully.
Oh, sorry.
What colours have I used? What have I used? This is the cream out of the Essentials set for my snowdrops.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to colour this one because I didn't stamp in that one, which was what I meant to do. No, not a problem. I'll colour a bit of this. 2 pinks for the tulips,
Yeah.
which is the rose carmine and the madder. So madder's in autumn. I think rose carmine is in summer.
Let's have a look here.
And then May green with the cream for the snowdrops.
Yeah.
And then the earth green yellowish for the leaves.
Okay, so you've taken some from your summer, which has your May green and rose carmine. Then you've taken your earth green yellowish from your spring collection. What was it? Cream is from the essentials
Cream's
collection.
From the essentials collection.
And then did you use madder?
Yes.
That was from the autumn.
That's from autumn, isn't it?
So poor winter is left out in the cold.
Sorry, I'm getting to know these. Well, it's spring, isn't it? Right, let's I'll talk about how I shaded these.
Okay.
Which we did a bit this morning. So the snowdrops, I'd put down an undercoat of the cream.
Yeah.
And then with the May green, which is a lovely light green, rather than like this morning, we were talking about shadowing up from the base,
yes,
where it's darker. Actually, for the snowdrops, I flicked it in on the tips.
Oh, right, okay.
Because they do have a bit of a kind of tinge, a bit of a greenish tinge, can't they? So just lightly, just flicking in from the tips like that. And then I went back over the whole thing with the cream again.
You like doing that type of blending, don't
you?
Where you sort of mix
them. I've kind of got into it. Yeah, I'll do this one as well. Just do the same again. And then just a bit of flicking in from the tip.
It's very subtle, isn't it, that cream?
Don't need a lot. Yeah. You could do it with the ivory, but I figured that definitely wouldn't show on screen. Here we go.
But
it just puts a tiny bit of depth. Let me get this one as well. Here's one I did earlier.
Yeah.
Just that bit of depth on the snowdrops instead of them just being flat cream.
Completely. Yeah.
The tulips, I mean, same principle as we did this morning. Let's take this one here.
Yeah.
Rose carmine is my paler pink, so I'm just laying down just lightly an undercoat, and then with the madder flicking that middle bit because it will be darker in there, and flicking up here, and then back over the whole thing with the paler colour just to blend it together.
I feel as if this is giving me the urge to do some colouring now.
There you go.
I think, yeah. And when you've got beautiful designs like this on this stamp collection.
Yeah, and you just keep going around.
It's achievable, isn't it?
Totally.
It's small pieces of artwork.
Totally. The other thing I did was shade the leaves with the earth green yellowish. I just went with one tone.
Yeah.
This time. But you can see here, what I've also done is outlined the frame. Let me show you against this. Oops, sorry. Oh, be still.
Okay.
There we go. Do you see you've got a lined frame here? Yeah. So I just drew around it with the green.
Nice.
Which anchors the...
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, you just need your pencil sharper. And it's not really colouring, it's just
filling in,
filling in.
Yeah.
Because you literally draw along it. But it kind of anchors the frame. And then I just flicked up to the end.
So it's now sort of more integrated, isn't it? It's like
that's a good word.
As if it's part of the actual flowers themselves.
Yes, yeah. Looks like they're twined together.
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay. So that's the colouring. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
And then to get this out a bit, because even with the flowers in and the sentiment, it looks a bit kind of flat. And I did like Jane's with the blue, but I just went with some distress ink and a stencil brush. Different stencil brush from my big pot here, because they're my oxide brushes.
Right, you
this is
have
for
separate,
inks.
Don't you?
I do, which was a tip from Barb, because if you use ink on a brush that you've already got oxide on, you will get the chalky residue coming through. And when you use inks for this sort of thing, you want the translucency, and you'll lose it.
I mean, not that Barb needs a reason to have any more stencil brushes.
Do any of us?
No, absolutely
All
not.
I didn't bother masking or anything, but if you literally just sweep in, you can go backwards and forwards like this. I'm using tumbled glass. It's a really nice pale blue, but gives you the opportunity to build the colour up.
Sort of like, it sounds really weird. It's an off-white, but it's not an off-white. What it's doing is making the white centre more prominent, but with not overpower it, without overpowering it. And we'll show it on the third camera when Deb's is finished, because I'm
just going to catch this edge.
Because it's more vibrant here in the studio than it is on the overhead, because of the way the lights operate.
I know I'd usually use a darker colour on screen just to make it show, but in a minute when it's done and I put it against a white card, you'll see the difference.
Yeah, because you're on cream as well, just so it's easier for our friends at home to see.
Yeah, but you can see the white centre starting to pop. And you just keep going till it's the depth you want, but it's really nice. And the other thing is, pulling in from the edge like this, you actually edge your card.
Rather than using a Sharpie like you used earlier on.
Yeah. Although I would use a Sharpie on this probably, but it just means it's deeper at the edge and then blends in. You get that lovely airbrushed effect. Okay, that'll do for now. Because if I grab my card blank and sit that against it, you'll see the contrast.
Yeah.
I could keep going a bit more on that.
Third one, we'll hold it up to the third camera.
You come off.
Take that from me. So you can. It's actually better on the overhead. It stands out.
Yeah. In fact, you can see it better. I worked a bit more on that one.
Yeah.
So you can see it, but you just bring that colour in, and then I ran round it with a Sharpie and pop the sentiment in the centre. Job done.
I like it this way as well.
Oh yeah, I've got it upside down. Yes.
I like that because it's nice. As if the tulip's sprouting out.
Yeah.
But because it's an oval,
you can do it on more portrait style as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's all about which, and because the flowers are going in both directions, it's not like it's a one direction.
No, and in a way, your embedding has given it the area in which to work.
Yes.
So it gives you that template to reposition that stamp, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. I love that.
Okay, that's number one.
Number one, super duper. I will have a bit of a recap while Debs clears space and gets ready for the next one.
We'll do that.
Okie dokie. So this morning we looked at Barbara's Bijou Entwined Reefs A6 stamp collection, item number 11531. Plus all your relevant club discounts. If you missed that show this morning, you can watch via our YouTube page, or you can watch via our Catch Up and Craft area on the claritycrafts.com website. Then this afternoon, we've been looking at Barbara SHAC Framers A5 Square Stamp Collection, item number 11660. You've got a saving on that as well, 20% off, 15% club member sale. Price brings that down to £42.84. This morning, Debs also had a look at Barb's Builder Landscape Favourite A6 stamp set, 12165, 1149. And we saw some samples earlier that had Barb's Bijou Floral Alphabet and Numbers in there. So we highlighted this last week. Barb had this on Hobby Maker, item number 11526. You've got £49.98. If you like the designs, but you're more for a parcher, you've got the Bijou Entwined Reefs, item number 41951, £29.56. Now, if you like the stamps that Debs is using, but again, you're into your groovy, you can see here you've got Barbara SHAC Framers A5 Square Groovy Plate Collection, 42124, an £8.39 saving, bringing that down to £33.57. And then finally, before we go back to Debs, product of the month, which runs out on Saturday, the 31st of December. Pop this in your basket, anything else in your basket, and you'll get double points. Then there was the Sentiment Embedder Stencil, that was designed to work alongside that, but also with the I Am Essential sentiments, but is also a standalone product as well. Item number 31940, £6.49 plus club discount. And if you're in the groove, then pop this in your basket, 42595, £14.49, and get double points on whatever else is in your basket. So back to the lovely Deborah.
Okay, so we're gonna I'll call this faux parchment crafting, faux groovy.
Faux groovy,
if you like.
Okay.
No groovy techniques in, well, there is a bit, I suppose, with the eraser.
Yeah, I suppose sort of like no skill required in that respect, but a little bit, because it's the pressure,
yes,
isn't it?
It's true. It's true. So we might get done under the Trade Descriptions Act, because Jazz has called this one With Love Tulips, but they're snowdrops. But don't worry about it.
We will change that.
It's all the same.
I'll get Jazz to update that later.
So yeah, as ever, date and show times at the top, title of what it might be called.
With Love Snowdrops.
Yeah. Picture of what we've actually made, and then the ingredients list at the bottom. This one is actually going out on my blog later this afternoon.
Okay.
After here as well, so you get a step-by-step on that on deborahscraftyblog.com, and it'll go on Clarity Worldwide as well. Okay,
pop that on there.
Pop that on there.
There we go. That's what it is. Snowdrop.
Lovely.
Snowdrops.
So professional, Paul.
I will
it's
keep
wonderful.
that, if I may, and then that'll be my reminder later. I'm sure Jilly may mention it to Jazz. She may be able to get that in for Jim to upload that.
So here's my card. Designer parchment and die cut, inspired by this one I saw on the website with the product. I do love browsing what everybody else has done,
the different artwork
with the products. I've said that before, but it's really helpful. So again, I didn't know who'd made this, but another shout out to Jane Telford who made this.
You've always got the same similar styles and tastes,
I love a lot of what Jane does. Jane's is a bit more layered up than mine is. Mine is simply on one piece of parchment. Jane's is on parchment. I don't know if you can quite see. There's a layer of parchment here, and then it's on designer paper.
Yeah.
To work it through, and she's cut the centre out.
Crossover, hasn't
exactly, she? Exactly. But I thought for a non-parcher, it's a really good way to use parchment.
So the details for this die is 31411. Now, the beauty of these dies, if I may bring this in, is that you can see you've got this lovely aperture. So regardless of the size of the card, it would actually cut into it. So if this was an 8x8, it would stay within the card blank. I'm sure we'll have a sample of somewhere. Hang on. Organised knot. Let me find one that's actually been cut.
No, here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no. Yeah.
No, yeah. So that, as you can see, this one here has got the larger frame around it, but you just trim it down, don't you?
Yeah.
I was looking for one.
No, we can't find one now.
That's right.
Well,
you carry on.
One, is that's cut into
that's cut into the card itself, isn't it? Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
So that's a big 8x8. So it creates the aperture, doesn't it?
Yes. And so this is literally just cut into the card and then the paper behind it.
So it doesn't have an outer cutting edge.
No.
But what I loved about this collection of dies is that the bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Because if we look at the back of the die, if I take those out of the way, if you flip that one over, you can see here it's got that additional. There we go.
Focuses. There we go.
It's got that additional die. So if you don't put the square one in, you take that out, you'll get a solid panel.
You will.
Which is what Deb's has got. But if you introduce that, then you get what Jane has done when it creates an additional aperture as well.
Yes. And actually, you may be able to see on this, Jane has actually cut this out with a Pico nested die.
Yes. So she's got a very thin frame. Yeah. So she's die cut it first with the design and then gone round with the Pico die.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas I die cut it and then use a nested square die to cut it out to give me a top like this.
Just come out a bit there.
So let me just move Jane's artwork so I don't.
Okay. Thank you.
Mess it up. Okay. So this is my starting point. Literally just took a piece of 7x7 stencil card, cut into it, and actually I used the nested die on the same run through. I just laid it up around it, combined them together, masking tape across 2 corners to anchor it, ran it straight through, and then I've got this.
It's a lovely design, isn't it?
It's so pretty.
And you can see it's the same design that are on the stamps you've been using.
Yes, and that's what attracted me.
Yeah.
But also the fact that, you know, the snowdrops. Or I would say this technique works with all of these dies.
So if you check out the website, we've got the roses, you've got the leaves, you've got beauty. Some of them are very, 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 very low in stock, and at present there's no plans to place an order at the moment, with the way things are going around the world and stuff. Because we have to get them in from abroad. It's just
it's a significant shipment, isn't it, to get them in? And
apparently Jazz is on it. Jazz is on the tulips and snowdrops for the demo download.
Okay,
bless her.
Thanks, Jazz. So having not used an embedder this morning, I'm using 2 this afternoon. Do you know, when I looked at this last night, I was like, I was prepping yesterday afternoon. I re-looked at it again. I thought, do you know what that needs? I don't know. There's something missing. Something. It needs something. What it needs is a frame.
An embedder.
An embedder.
Yeah.
But you need a small one, and it's actually smaller than the square embedders. So
you took that from the
I took that from the aperture mat. I love these. I use these for embedders all the time because there's so many more sizes. It just really broadens your stash of embedders. I use the regular embedders all the time, but these are different size squares than the embedders. I think
when these were initially designed,
really
I don't think the embedder idea was
no,
even out
it hadn't.
There.
It hadn't.
Yeah, it wasn't even out there.
Any of your stencil shapes will work as an embedder.
Yeah.
Which is just brilliant. So I've stuck it on the front, just sitting inside. We'll do the same. Obviously, this square one, so a little bit less tricky than the oval ones.
Yeah.
We just have to be a bit more careful. But of course, we're working off a very narrow border here. It's not like I can start out here and come in to find it. So I'm going to start here on the edge of the die, and I literally go just a small amount. This is definitely squeaky.
You've got a squeaky tool.
I have.
Well used. Try the end of one of the stamp pens. See if that's squeaky.
Let's see if that makes any difference.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, different tone though. We could harmonise. That's weird.
You squeak it and I'll hum it.
My days. Okay, and then let's just. So it's much more straightforward with the square ones because you can literally just run around the side. But I come around the corner and flick.
Yes.
So, and that way you get a really nice sharp corner.
Yeah.
Rather than stopping at the corner and then trying to come across again.
Not getting that real sharp right angle.
Yeah. Okay. I always forget to check the screen to make sure I'm in shot. There we go.
Look at that. It instantly makes such a difference.
It does, doesn't it?
Anything else adding to it. And I think with these square frame aperture dies, there's 5 different options available, which you'll find on the show page. And to have that option of having a solid panel in the middle or having that as an aperture as well, like Jane's one, it really does add value to that particular die set.
So, moving on.
Yeah.
I Toscana designer parchment.
Beautiful.
Because that's the pack of designer parchment I happen to have.
Did you? Not being a parcher.
Not being a parcher. I think I won it on Barbara's blog actually.
A few
years ago. No. When she did a blog challenge before I was on the design team, and like she gives away prizes, etc. And I won this on that. I can't even remember what for.
It might have been to do with the launch of the designer parchment or something.
Could have been. Any road. It sits on my shelves and I keep thinking I must make more use of that. So perga glue is brilliant, and you literally just dot it all over the back here and then run around the frame. It's great because it's got such a fine nozzle. You can really get into the I dotted areas. Like on all the joins, where all the elements joins, because there's usually a bit of a bigger space, and then you can catch it, and then a bit on the middle, and just make sure you've run it around the frame. Yeah,
nice and finely, so you don't get the mayonnaise effect.
Exactly, and then it will stick on your parchment.
See, I mean, that just on its own, because of the translucency of the parchment,
The other thing to remember is that it needs to go on the muted side of your parchment,
right?
Not on the ink. If might be able to see better on this piece that I haven't cut down. So this side is muted,
more matte,
and this side is brighter because that's where the ink's flooded.
Yes.
So you need it on the matte side
to stick it onto.
Okay,
because you're going to your front.
It does, same as you would with
tracing
groovy, because you need to work on the back with the ink.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all I've done, look, you can see here where I started. This is like mimicking the white work.
Yeah, I love this.
With an eraser pencil.
I use a white pencil, but to take the colour out.
And then I used a white pencil. I went on the front. Would you go on the back with it?
I would go on the back. The only reason I would go on the back, because if you hadn't used white on the front of your card, so you'd use a different colour.
Yes.
You'd have to be very careful with your colouring of your pencil on the front.
The other thing is you can see the pattern from the die through here. So all you need to do is just work on it.
So this is the white eraser ink pencil.
It is.
You can get a single-ended or you can get a double-ended, which gives you the pink, which is more of a sort of more for a pencil eraser. But depending on the parchment you're using, you may want to just take a little bit of the colour out. And that's where the pink one comes into play, because it takes it out more gradually. Whereas with the white one, it takes it out a lot more quickly.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a clean stencil brush, Deb, so you can dust that off.
Thank you.
I know you won't want to contaminate your
And of course, the white
brushes.
Taking the white out more dramatically, if you like, is what I want to do for this, because I want to make my snowdrops white.
And if you use a darker coloured parchment, it becomes whiter even more.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially in those darker areas that you've got down the side there, you can see.
And it looks a bit scruffy on the back, but it's fine. It's really forgiving, because actually, as you press down, you'll butt against the edges of the die cut.
Yeah.
In this darker area, I did find it a bit harder to see through the parchment, to see exactly where my die cut was. But all I did then was just lift it up slightly so the light came through, and then I could see more easily, work out where I needed to go, and then put it down again. Look, you can see it's not quite so obvious there, the pattern, as it is here.
Yes. Well, if you've got a light panel, you can do it on the light panel as well.
Oh, yeah, good point. Right, that's that tulip, that's those. Right, I think that's done all those. Yeah. It's really quick. I had great fun doing this.
And it is lovely, because I love the translucency of the designer part, or any of the parchment. The translucency just gives, because you can sometimes get like a glossy paper or a shiny paper, but it's a little bit too, I find, can be overpowering. But with the translucency of the parchment, it gives it what would I say, sort of a softer, silkier look, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And you can leave it at that if you want. I wanted them to jump out a bit more. I've now lost my white Pergamana pencil. Oh, I know, is it in here?
White Pergamana?
No, got it.
Got it.
Thank you. So I was colouring on the front.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can come in here. I've coloured here and not these.
Yes, you can see the difference there.
So let's colour. Shall I colour on the back and
try
see
one
what
on the back? Yeah.
Where am I? I'm here.
See, for me on the back, again, it's a little bit more forgiving. So, for example, if the this is all snowdrops. There's a couple of tulips in there. So, say for example, you wanted the tulips to be a colour.
Yes.
Then, because you've die cut from white card, if you wanted those tulips to be red, for example, you just need to be careful of going into the white card itself. Whereas on the back, just just go over a little bit.
Sorry,
to your right.
sorry, everybody. Yeah, it's still more subtle, isn't it?
Yes. Whereas, and you can do it on both sides as well, and that will intensify. See here coming in on,
yeah. That's the word I was trying to find earlier, to intensify it. I was trying to say to deepen the white, but you can't. White's not deep, is it? But you can see just how it just pulls it out a bit more.
It really does, and it really does make it pop, and it gives that illusion that you have parched it.
Yeah.
Because you've used, because there's no way on sort of, I mean, you can do this on designer paper. You can use the eraser to take the colour out as well on the front.
Absolutely. Have you got a 7x7 card blank?
7x7 card blank.
Do you know what? Honestly, sorry, friends. I thought I was organised last night.
You kept saying I haven't worked out what I've forgotten yet.
I've forgotten quite a few things as we've worked.
I might have I've got a 7x7 piece of card.
That'll do. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So all you then need to do, and this because that's on a cream card, but pop it on the white.
I love that.
And then you can see your snowdrops. And again, just perga glue on the back.
Yes.
To stick it down onto this. That's all you need. Job done. And I love it because I really love the effect of Groovy. I don't have the patience to do it.
I'm sure you would. I bet you would. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly. Possibly not. Okay, I'm just watching the time for you.
Yeah,
Deb,
no, I'm all right. So yeah, having done all of that, that's basically it. I stamped then 2 of the Art Deco sentiments. This one didn't have a frame, and I thought at the time it needed something more. So that's that's the little snowdrop from the April showers.
And so you can see whether you go for the stamps and if you've gone for the dies as well, how they work beautifully.
So I thought that was just a nice little accent on there, just reflecting just reflecting those snowdrops. So yeah, it's just getting more out of your stash, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
If you can make
and
it
how
work
it works
for more things. Yeah, but I love this effect.
It really does give that different look.
And huge thanks to Jane for the inspiration. I suspect Jane's was done with white work.
Jane has, I mean, obviously Jane has got that crossover.
So Jane's is groovy. So this is where the crossover works. So if you do parchment and you've got embossing tools, you can see Jane's done proper white work on this.
And it's got that raised effect because she's done it on a soft mat.
Yes. Yeah. So it's come through. Whereas this is flat. These petals are flat. Jane's are raised, lifted up with the die. But it's great. I love when you can cross over the different.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see
different skills
and
techniques.
Jane's is a darker parchment.
Yeah.
The white jumps more.
There's more of a contrast.
Yeah. But I mean, quick and easy. I think it is quick and easy.
It is.
Compared to
the only thing that takes, cutting the die, you can do that in one pass with a nested die. The only thing that takes the time is just working around this back piece with the colouring.
It's not that long, is it? Really?
It's not hard and it's not difficult.
And
I thought these are like fantastic wedding cards.
They are, aren't they? Yeah.
And we're starting to head up towards wedding season. Yeah. But if you want a special birthday card, a big number birthday, you could then probably stamp Barb's
bijou floral
numbers in here if you wanted to make a numbered card.
Like one. You'd probably get.
Yeah, depending on which one you used, you could probably get 2 in there.
I reckon you could, like 90. I reckon you get 90.
Yeah.
I reckon you get most of them in there. But what's interesting is that you've got this here, and there's no reason to say that if you'd stamped out, say you wanted 100, obviously it's not going to go on there. So you stamp it onto a larger piece of card and just put it on
and
top.
Overlay it so that you take it out wider than the border. But it still gives you the border. That's a neat idea.
So just because it's that size, it doesn't mean that panel has to be that size. You can make it larger. So for example, if I put a 3.5 by 3.5, all of a sudden it's given a different look, isn't it?
Yeah, it gives you more space, but actually it doesn't look like you've chopped half your border off.
No.
That's really neat. Yeah, so actually a lot more potential with this.
Yeah, so don't be worried about the size of the panel in the middle because you can make it larger if you want to.
You can. And as I said, this technique works with any of these square dies.
The different dies, yeah.
The different dies. You just decide which flowers you want to take the colour out of.
So what I'll do, if I bring some details up onto it, because I've got them all loaded in. So there's a couple of pairs. I mean, I'm hoping, they may still be available. I know some of them were really low on quantities. So we've got the Japanese Beauty and Roses Square, item number 31768. There's a £10 saving, bringing it down to £29.98. Then we have the Japanese Leaves and Snowdrops. So the Snowdrops is the one Debs has been using. Item number 31770. That's got that £10 saving. If you want them individually, then we have the Japanese Beauty, item number 31403. That has a £2 saving on it, bringing it down to £17.99. Then we have the Japanese Love Square Aperture Die Framer Die Set, 31404. Then we have the Leaves, 31409. We have the Roses, item number 31410. And then finally, we have the Snowdrops, and the item number for that is 31411. All of these different products and more are in what we call our show page.
Yeah.
So if you go to the front of the Clarity website, there's a Clarity TV show button. You click that and it will show you for the current TV show. And then when we bring you another one, we update that with, so like on Monday at 2 o'clock, back with Barb. We've got some new products on Monday.
I've had to peek. I've been shopping.
You've got them.
I've got them.
You've got them.
I've got them. I'm going to go home
on Monday. So those details have changed, but don't think, oh, what was on that show? If you go to the catch up and craft area, which is just underneath that area on the website, go in there and all of our previous Clarity Social TV shows are there. So don't think, oh, there was a product and it was on such and such. You can also go onto YouTube and they're all stored in sort of date order as well. So just go to live, puts it all in the order and you can work your way back.
And Barb spent some time between Christmas and New Year sorting those out, didn't she, and getting them into order. So that was really, so they're much easier to search.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
fantastic. That's it.
It seems like I
don't feel like I've done very much.
It was July. we were together, but it feels as if it was only last week.
I know.
So it's been lovely. So thank you for your company this afternoon.
Thanks,
I hope you've enjoyed
everybody.
that. Don't forget some of the A5 square bijou and the A5 square entwined wreaths. The spring has already sprung and sold out. Once they have gone, they have gone. So there's winter and autumn were left before we went live earlier.
They're the ones from this morning's show.
Show. And then the lovely framers Deb's been sharing with you, all available on there with some special prices as well.
Yeah, and so those dies, some of those dies are very limited as well. I mean,
very. So you're back with us in February.
20th, February the 20th. I know January's almost gone. Almost gone. How did that happen? So, listen, my grandson's a year old, and I don't know how that happened either.
I remember when goodness me. And don't forget the product of the month offer runs up until next Saturday, the 31st of January. So if you haven't taken advantage of that, then now may be the perfect opportunity to do so.
Yeah, those double points are worth having.
Definitely. So looking at the week coming up, obviously have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back with you at 10 a.m. Barb will be in the SHAC on Monday, and then I'll be joining Barb at 2 o'clock for some brand new lovely products.
And they're great. They're worth checking out.
So they are indeed. So thanks for your company. Thanks for Julie for helping out. Jazz has probably no doubt sorted out that snowdrop demo or the tulip demo. So if you have downloaded it, just go back and do that a little bit later. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and weekend. And if you're joining Louise and myself tomorrow, we have our first online workshop. You can still sign up for it because we'll send you the link. I'd say you've probably got until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning if you still want to take part in that. And I'll get the link sent to you before we go live at 9. And don't forget, Barb's online workshop, the Glastonbury Tour, takes place on the 7th of February. And I would say in order to get the kit in time, place that order by the middle of next week so we can get it out to you.
Yeah, because that's only 2 weeks away.
It is indeed.
To that
so
one.
maybe the end of next week, but depending on what you postage situation.
I was going to say postage is not always reliable.
I mean, we get it twice a week. That's it. So, but for more information, check out the website. Thank you very much, lovely
Thanks, Paul.
Deborah, and see you again very, very soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.